So in 2020, Hello Neighbor was at its peak. There was a new game being announced called Hello Guest, and that game was looking to be the next big Hello Neighbor game. And for months, it was looking like it was, until it was revealed that Hello Guest was actually Hello Neighbor 2. And in the alphas for Hello Neighbor 2 and Guest, a story was being crafted slowly, and fans were hyped. But when Hello Neighbor 2 finally dropped, the story that has been so carefully crafted was not there. And that made a lot of fans sad, including me. It made me so sad that I decided to make my own Hello Neighbor 2 fan game, which is still being made. And recently, I saw this. I didn't watch the whole thing, but I watched a little bit of this interview with the creator of Hello Neighbor. And while I was watching, I found this clip of him saying something about Hello Neighbor 2 and its alphas that completely caught me off guard.
Uh, at that time, the story was that the Quentin, he's like journalist and he like chasing this fictional stuff instead of like real ones. And in his head, he basically goes into some sort of like twisted version of Raven Brooks, where the neighbor is this like house of the neighbor, which is like a local sensation, is actually like occupied by the guest, and like in his head. And the idea was that initially there was like two Raven Brooks, in the like the real ones and the fictional ones, and the Quentin goes into fictional one, trying to solve stuff there, and then also can go into like real one to solve, and then in the end had to choose like to apply like the real data as like a material for like newspaper or something, or like fictional stuff, and it was like arc for the character to just starting to like look for real stuff rather than living in like fantasy world. But there was like different, it was slightly changed over time into different story about the neighbor.
So, yeah, that's sort of like, and I also all of the clip, but Nikita, the creator of Hello Neighbor, sort of revealed the story of Hello Neighbor 2. Now, he didn't reveal much, he just revealed a little bit, but I'll link the clip in the description. But by this information, I decided to gather my very own, Hello Neighbor 2 alpha timeline. Now, I know the alphas aren't really canon, but this is what I think the story and what time these alphas took place, okay? So, yeah, this is my timeline. Now, first of all, this is still speculation. I'm not saying this is canon, but, yeah, this is my theory of what the Hello Neighbor alpha timeline is. And also, this, I'm not including Alpha 2 because I don't think that's, because it never came out, and also, we don't really know much about it. And also, I'm including Hello Guest because I don't think fans consider it canon, but I really do. So, it also has a lot of information, and I think I'll use them in this video. Anyways, yeah, Hello Guest. So, I think so if you know, you get to choose who to play as in Hello Guest. You can play as about two characters. The first character being Beatrix, and a character we'll talk about later, Quentin. Now, to be honest, I think the Beatrix path is the canon one because, first of all, we play as Quentin in the Hello Neighbor 2 alphas, and because in a scrapped extended version of the Hello Guest ending, we could see the player getting knocked out by presumably the guest. Now, we don't know what happened, but to be honest, I think maybe whoever you played as in the Hello Guest Alpha was kidnapped by the guest. Now, where is Beatrix? I don't know. But, so here's what I think what happened in my interpretation of this. So I think Beatrix got the job instead of Quentin, and after, Quentin didn't get the job, he started doing research into Mr. Pearson's disappearance, and then he started thinking that maybe Mr. Pearson could be the guest, and he found the location where the guest was. Anyways, Hello Neighbor 2 Alpha 1.5. Now, I feel like this is not, the whole alpha isn't real, because Nakia said that there was two Ravenbrooks. One was the real one, and one was the false one. Now, thinking in Alpha 1.5, this Alpha 1.5 takes place before Alpha 1, because there's two reasons why. First of all is the ending of this alpha. You see, as we know, the guest is the neighbor, Mr. Pearson. In the ending for Alpha 1.5, we see Mr. Pearson being locked up. Now, this does not make sense because, as Nakia said, the guest was originally the neighbor. And also, you know those kids we were trying to, save in the Alpha 1.5? Well, I personally believe, well, I don't believe it, but it was confirmed by Nikita that those kids and the crow kid in the costume was Mr. Pierce as a child, and the two kids died in a storm. Now, it doesn't make sense as the two kids will still be alive because they're dead, and second of all, Mr. Pearson's a grown adult, and it doesn't make sense he's a kid again. So, I feel like Alpha 1.5 takes place in the false Ravenbrooks the kid talked about. And, yeah, now let's move on. Hello Neighbor 2 Alpha 1. Now, I believe Alpha 1 takes place in the real, Ravenbrooks. I think that, the Alpha 1.5 took place in the imagination of Quentin. He was just thinking what happened to the neighbor, Mr. Pearson, and what it might be. So, yeah, I feel like maybe after researching into, Mr. Pearson, and he sort of gazed into his imagination of what happened, you know what I mean? And he sort of, started believing that his, imagination he had was real. And I also think why Quentin is here, because since the neighbor was trying to protect his son Aaron, from him being hurt, he decided to lure away any suspects, any police, any people trying to find him, into this place where the guest was people believed had kidnapped Mr. Pearson. So I personally believe that the ending in Alpha 1.5 is what really, Alpha 1 is what really happened, and Alpha 1.5 is not real. And the ending, I feel like maybe the ending is what really happened. For example, we see Mr. Pearson confronting Quentin. He's standing there looking at him. And I believe that maybe he was just trying to distract Quentin from finding where his real whereabouts, where he was really hiding, and trying to distract him, you know what I mean? So that's my theory. Now, this is all just speculation, theorizing, but even though this might be wrong, I'm not saying I'm right or wrong, it's really good, just fun to look back from the past, and I really just looking at these alphas, in my opinion, give me a nostalgic feeling that I wish that the full game took the alpha style in the story they were originally going for. And yeah, that's my Hello Neighbor theory of what actually happened. And if you really like this video, and want to see me do more timeline videos in the future, yeah, please comment, subscribe if you like to see more videos like this. Anyways, bye, and please like and subscribe. Also, my last video.